hopefully trying to get as many people's art and, you know, ordering information on the air as possible. So,
second issue just literally arrived this morning.
what's your name?
My name's Tony Fleece.
Tony Fleece.
My book is In My Lifetime.
And what is this about? In My Lifetime.
It's an autobiographical comic book. It's a comedy, short stories. I get into uncomfortable situations, and I say things that are witty or self-deprecating.
Right. And so what's is this is issue 1 here?
It's issue 1. It's going to be like sort of an annual affair.
Right.
I got projects going on in between now and number 2.
And what's what's this one about?
This one starts out. I go to the doctor because I think I have testicular cancer.
Oh.
So I got that. I had that scare, and I went and talked to the doctor about that. And there's a story about we found a baby bird, and we try to take care of it. There's a story about how come I don't take my girlfriend to the comic book store.
Christian, can I get some signatures?
No,
It's all mundane, normal stuff with an exciting, hilarious twist.
actually, I really like the art here.
Hey, thanks.
So if we wanted to order this or get it somehow, or
You can get it online at www.silentdevil.com. That's where all these books are available at. PayPal.
silentdevil.com.
Silent,
Right.
no space, devil.com.
Okay.
And then, I say I think good. And or you could back order from Diamond or Silent Devil.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Yeah. About 6 years.
6 years you've been to Comic-Con?
I've never been to this Comic-Con before.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been to like Chicago and LA and all that.
Okay. All right. All right. What's this? I'm with. All right. So what's this about?
It's
What is
about,
Space Sheriff and Happy Space Boy. That's
yep, it's
okay.
about 2 Keystone Coppers that accidentally destroy the universe accidentally.
Accidentally.
Yep, of course.
And you have to read the comic, or can you tell us how they destroy the universe?
Well, it's more incrementally destroying the universe, you know. It's like they go to one place, destroy something. It's kind of like if you plug in a toaster and you brown out a city. It's kind of that kind of destruction.
Oh, right.
So it's really heavy, heavy, heavy collateral damage.
So, have you got any good reviews on this book? Or
I've gotten a lot of good reviews on it. There's a guy in, where is it? New Zealand who I regularly send stuff to, and he reviews everything. They've liked it all. The only thing they usually have little problems with is the little side comics in the back. They're just like, oh, those are gross, or those are crude. But I think they add a little liveliness to the comic.
Okay. So you would say that this is a little crude humor?
A little bit of crude humor, sure.
Right. Okay.
Just enough to kind of make it interesting. But it's also kid friendly, I'd say, probably 11 and up, you know.
Okay.
There's no like F-bombs or anything in there, or there's no like, not excessive violence, not a lot of gunplay.
So, how would you describe the main characters here? What would...
Funny little impish characters who, you know, generally do good, but from time to time do bad.
Okay. And this is Space Sheriff. SpaceSheriff.com.
SpaceSheriff.com, yep, that's my website.
That's 1 R, 2 Fs. SpaceSheriff.com.
1 R, 2 Fs.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of little games that I've made for them and all kinds of good stuff. I've done a video game for them.
Oh, really? What is this, like a flash game or something? Or?
No, it's a director game. I don't know if you're familiar with the old LucasArts games at all.
Oh.
Like Sam and Max or Monkey Island.
And you did it in Director?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a 2D puzzle adventure game.
That's cool. Yeah, I remember Director.
Oh,
does anyone even use it anymore other than...
You're looking
other
at
than yes, okay. But, well, I don't, yeah.
It's a language I understand. Go to the...
Yeah, right. I learned that in college. And I never used it ever again after college.
Oh, it's great. If then else, you know?
Yeah. It's good
Draggable
stuff.
sprites. Oh, it's all awesome.
That's cool. How much is everything?
Issues 1 through 5 is $6.
Oh.
Issue 6 is $2, and the last 2 are $3.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to promote it. I'm not trying to make a whole lot of money, you know.
Right.
I'm trying to get everything out there.
You just want people to read it and have fun doing this and.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. So you're dressed as, who are you dressed as here?
I'm dressed as Electra.
We're talking to Jeffrey Brown. and you are the writer and artist, I guess,
Yes.
for these really popular books. Clumsy, Unlikely,
My husband, if I met you, I would
Every Girl is the End of the World for Me. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
And wow, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's too many to list.
Too many, yeah.
You don't have time for that.
Right. So, what are you trying to accomplish with these books? I mean,
Well, it depends on the book, but like the autobiographical books, I guess my main goal is to kind of share my own experiences as a way of connecting with other people. I felt that there's certain aspects of relationships that you don't normally see in film and television, and so I wanted to write about those parts of the relationships and kind of give them more time, like just like the everyday things, and
Right.
just write about relationships in a more realistic way where everything isn't either super idealized or like, you know, it's a super horrible, awful relationship. you
Right.
know? And so instead of the extremes, just kind of show the middle of the road thing that most people experience and can connect with.
and these books have gotten really popular as far as I can tell. And
They seem to be doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been surprised at how well they're doing, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I certainly never expected, like when I first started writing that you know they would do as well as they did.
Right.
So
And I saw you had a music video for Death Cab for Cutie.
Yes.
Did that end up on TV, like MTV
I don't
or
think
anything?
it's on TV. There's a DVD available. You can also get it into iTunes.
Okay.
So as part of kind of like they've done separate videos for MTV, I think. But this project was kind of like just to have like these independent directors and you know just kind of as more of like a creative collaboration than as like a vehicle for selling the music.
Okay, and so we can get your books from Top Shelf.
TopShelfComics.com, comics with an X.
Okay,
Yeah.
and do you have a personal website or anything like that?
I'm on a website called theholyconsumption.com. It's me and 3 other Chicago cartoonists, Paul Hornschmeyer, Anders Nilsson, and John Hankowitz. So you can check out a lot of like sample pages and sketchbook things and a lot of other artwork on there.
Cool. Who are you dressed as here?
I'm Dinah of Biss and Gas, and my creator is Marty, and she's a very awesome lady.
Okay, and is this from a comic book or?
It's a graphic novel.
Okay. Oh.
The 3rd volume's coming out really soon.
Okay. All right. And so, what does this character do? Does she?
She's a young girl. She's about 15 years old, and she moves to a new town called Biss and Gas, and she starts hearing things and seeing things, thinks she's maybe going crazy, and it turns out that there are ghosts trying to contact her, so she starts to try to help them with their problems.
Right. So, have you met any ghosts today?
No, not
No.
today.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
Certainly.
So, who are you guys?
Me first? I'm
Yeah.
Tyree of Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't play Warcraft, so I didn't recognize. Okay, so why did you want to dress up as this character?
Actually, we're here working for Tokyo Pop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna ask you if you were here for. Okay, that's cool. And are you also a Warcraft character or
No.
no?
I'm a comic book character. This is my character, Babe.
Is this your comic?
No.
Oh.
But we do have the illustrator here today.
Oh, really? What's the booth number? Or do you remember?
3529.
3529. What's the name of the project again?
Well, my name is Maeve, and I play a succubus from the underworld.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. Is this? Hey, can I ask you guys some questions for a radio show?
Sure.
Why are you guys dressed like this? You guys are dressed as. What are you dressed as?
G.I. Joe.
Just G.I. Joe?
Vietnam soldiers from Vietnam.
And you're with them?
It's the enemy.
I'm the POW.
And you're the POW.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh, wow, this is really amazing. So, so where are you guys from?
Here in San Diego. Yeah.
San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay, and you come to Comic-Con all the time?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
This is what, 4th to 5th year in a row.
Have you captured anybody else? Killed anybody else here?
Not yet. We're working on it.
Pikachu?
Pikachu. Oh yeah. Yeah, we assaulted Pikachu. I don't think that counts as a person, but.
All right. What do you guys? What's the promotion?
Clothing company, evilcheerleaders.com.
Evilcheerleaders.com.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
right.
thanks.
Bye.
Can I ask you guys why you're dressed like this?
These are motion capture suits.
Motion
that
capture.
they use to capture any kind of motion. In the movie, we're using them in a new movie. But these points are turned into dots on a grid, and they're then animated.
Okay. And these are like fake suits, not real ones.
These are real
Are they?
Yeah,
These are real suits.
These are called markers.
Okay.
They're removable. There's different kind of suits, but these are the suits that they filmed this movie.
And what
With
is this?
Tony
What
Hawk's.
movie? Tony Hawk's.
Tony Hawk's.
Boom Boom Sabotage.
Yes.
All
These,
right.
If you take a flash photography, these actually light up.
Oh, really?
Like a
Okay, let me show you what they look like.
Yeah, you have to check it out.
One, two, three. They look like that.
Like what?
Did you see that?
Oh wow, that is totally awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Your camera picks it into some weird.
All right. Wow, I just ran into some GI Joes over there. Seriously, I did.
Okay, we gotta find our commander.
God, there's only 2 of us, so we could be screwed.
Well, there were 3 of them, and they had a prisoner.
Oh,
So yeah.
A grunt hostage by any chance?
I'm sorry.
Commando by any chance?
No, it was actually a Vietnamese girl. But they said they were GI. They said they were GI Joes.
Maybe because Vietnam is still kind of a touchy subject.
Well, I don't know. Hey, all right, good luck. Good luck. Love The Incredibles. And you're dressed as the daughter, right? I forget her name.
Violet.
Violet, yeah, and I love it. I've seen the movie like 5 times, and I forgot her name. Okay, and so how long did it take you to make this?
My mom actually made it in 24 hours.
24 hours. Woo! Hey, how's it going?
24 hours.
Violet. Well, it was a really great costume. I'm really impressed. We're talking to Jeffrey Brown, and you are the writer and artist, I guess, for these really popular. So you're dressed as, who are you dressed as here?
I'm dressed as Elektra from the Marvel Comics.
Elektra. So you're dressed as Elektra from Marvel Comics, and so have a lot of guys come up to you and try to hit on you or anything because you've got this.
Thankfully, I have Nick Fury here with me,
Nick-
and he keeps
AKA her husband.
Right.
he keeps me safe. So.
Okay. So, have you killed anybody yet at the con?
At the con, I've come really, really close.
Really?
People who stop right in front of you, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just those people, though.
All right. Well,
I'm not here for work. I'm here for pleasure. So.
Okay, that was my next question. If you were here for. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Pardon me.
And actually, I was approached by Nickelodeon and people like that, but I took a year off because I had a family.
Right.
So I took a year off. Now I'm working on them before I'm kind of going back again and hopefully getting some new interest on it.
So, is this just a self-published deal, or?
It's a self-published deal.
You mind if I tape this? Okay. This is going to be on a radio show in Richmond.
Nice.
So obviously not going to see you, but.
Not a problem.
Oh yeah. So this is all self-published stuff, and
That is correct. It's all
Right.
self-published.
and you have so you work. Have you done any? You said you mentioned Nickelodeon. Did you?
Yeah, it was something they approached me with, and I was working with them, but it's a continuous effort with having family and everything.
Right.
I couldn't make a lot of commitment at that time. But,
Right.
I'm coming back. This is my roots. I kind of grew up around San Diego Con, and I like to be self-published. Get the thing
Okay.
out there.
So what would you like? Give me a sales pitch. How would you? What's this about? And why should we? Why should we buy it? And how can people from all the way across the country get a hand on this?
Well, actually, I'm going to start promoting this through the website. I'm going to have a daily comic strip pretty soon. It will be published in a magazine, a bi-weekly magazine by somebody else. The promotion for this is that it's basically talking about life, but going through words of the animals. And basically, it talks about a lot of things that people, like parents, can relate to kids with. And it talks about money, it talks about life. And there's a lot of vehicle you can use to get into new topics that kids may not know.
Right. So this is like an all ages thing.
It is, and it's funny that I had parents. Last time I did the San Diego Con was back in 2004. And I had parents that bought this for their kids, and they came back and asked me when I'm going to release the next issue.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I'll give you an example to illustrate what I'm talking about. For example, it looks like a very simple comic strip. and it's like a frog sitting back and he's trying to catch a bug. And he's failing at everything he tries, and he eventually gets stuck on the tree. And all the other frogs is using him because he's stuck on the tree, he's attracting flies to kind of eat the benefits of his effort. But, you know, I mean, how often does, you know, life is like that?
Right, okay.
So a lot of fun, you know, it's for all ages. I tried to find a niche for a lot of, I know a lot of parents like to take the kids to San Diego Con.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things are kind of a little violent, a little bit too much, you know, adult content. So it's a little something for me to give back to the community, something the parents can use as a tool. I think it's a good idea.
Cool. All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you stopping by.
Sure.
Different styles, you know.
Right.
And people, I think most people who buy my books, they kind of try to figure out what style it is. It's not a classification. It's not a manga. It's not exactly, you know, mainstream either. It's something in the middle. It's different, you know. So it's something fun. I think a lot of people enjoys watching my stuff.
So, what's your website so we all can?
Right there on that.
It's
in the back here.
On the back.
It's metalboxcomics.com.
metalboxcomics.com.
And I welcome anybody to review my stuff or email me, and I take any suggestions.
Right.
If you guys are looking for a sketch, something, just email me, and if I have the time, I'll definitely do my best.
Awesome. All right, everyone. We're metalboxcomics.com.
Right.
So visit. All right.
Now, do you have any
death per page on this book right here? $5 for all 7 books, and if you do that, the pièce de résistance. The Adventures of Stickman and his dog Twig. Hey, now, come on. If this ain't worth at least a book, come on, dog. The worst book ever made. Yes, right here. The worst piece I can ever put on paper. And we're not joking, pal. The worst book ever made. $1, you own a piece of history. It's yours. What's your name? Thomas.
Yes.
From where, Thomas?
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, California, the valley where there is no air right now.
Yeah.
I lived in the valley for 3 years. And I said, oh my God, there's no air. And then I moved to Culver City, and my friend said, well, the rent in the valley's a lot cheaper. Yeah, but there's no air.
That's one of the first.
It's like, damn it, dude, you gotta breathe sometime. So I moved to Culver City, and the breeze was flowing. I was like, oh, I cried. I came out of my house, I cried. I was just, you know. So which one do you want? You want all 7? You want the worst book ever made? You want to be offended? What would you like, sir? You want to see death and carnage with no mercy to no one?
I'll take those 7.
All 7 books. There you go. Here's the gentleman. This one goes at the bottom. We know that already. Okay, here we go. There you go.
Okay, good.
This one goes on the bottom. We know that already, pal. Okay? There you go. I want you to enjoy that, but this one, please, as a public service announcement, don't read this book while having lunch.
Email us,
let us know what you think about everything. We know what you're going to think about this. Okay? We didn't lie to you. Okay? When somebody says to you, man, I just read a bad X-Men book, you're going to... Yes, you may, sir.
Book ever made, I missed that whole.
Where do I start? The art. If you can call that art. That, okay? Notice I didn't care what page I opened to. Because it sucks. Why should I? Oh, well, let me take a look at it. No, dude. As a matter of fact, I need to disinfect my hands today after holding this piece of crap in it for that long. Here's the writer, by the way.
So why are you selling it if it's the worst?
Because it's a piece of history. Because now those who have bought this book have the standard in which everything else rises above. Okay? This is the standard. Thank you, guys.
And this is called what? The Shadow Prophecy.
The Shadow Prophecy. It should have remained in the shadows, man. This is the worst book ever made.
Right.
Oh, come on, young lady. Worst is in everything.
Is there a
This is the worst.
Is there a website we can go to, or?
There's the website. Yes, sir. You have my card right there. We have Barebones Studios.
All right, and these guys?
Google Bare Bones. Is it on there, the website? Or no?
Cafeshops.com.
What is this, Barefoot?
Bare Bones Studio.
How are you doing, Richmond, Virginia? Mid-Atlantic territory. I'm a wrestling fan, so that's how I know about Richmond, Virginia. Okay, worst book ever.
Worst book ever.
If you want the worst book ever published, here it is. Richmond, www.barebonestudios.com. You can order this. Richmond, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning, you ran out of toilet paper. Damn it, you have this.
All right.
We're not joking.
All right. Well, thanks, and we'll get you some customers.
That'd be awesome.
Right. All right.
God bless you guys.
Thank you. Hey, how's it going? Firefly.
Excellent, yes.
I love Firefly. Oh, look at this.
Good, me too.
I need to. So what is this? California brown coats?
California.
I've never heard of this.
Well,
What is this?
we are a group of 6 local brown coat groups: SoCal, San Francisco, Silicon Gulch, San Diego, Fresno, and one other group I can't think of. But anyway, we got together and we're doing this great fundraiser. We're raising money for the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation. The charity was chosen by Adam Baldwin, and it funds college scholarships for the children of fallen Marines and law enforcement personnel.
Great.
For every $2 you donate, you get entry into our thank you prize drawing. These are only a few of the prizes that we have. The grand prize, Adam donated his Serenity script, his personal working script.
Wow.
It's got all his little notes in it, and he had it signed by the entire cast and Joss, except for Alan.
That's awesome. And what's the? So what is? Is there any minimum donation or?
For every $2 you donate, you get
$2.
an entry.
An entry. Okay. Well, that's cool.
So if you donate 20, you get 10 entries.
Right. So, this is just for the Comic-Con? It's not something that you can...
It's just a Comic-Con. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be doing the drawing on Sunday at 1:30. We have a meeting room in 24A.
24A?
Yep.
Okay.
And you
Well, cool.
do not need to be present to win. We will mail you your prize.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. And you've got action figures and hats.
We've got over 200 prizes. I've got a book over there with all the different prizes in it.
Really?
Yes, we've got novels, we've got, like you say, action figures, DVDs, videos, CDs.
Good. How are you? Good. Nice to meet you. How are you? It's going. Good.
Fantastic.
Shopping and buying a lot of stuff.
It wasn't 3 a week then. I mean, we started out with one script and thought it wouldn't go in.
What are you working on now? What are your projects coming up here?
I am going to start next week recording Futurama.
Futurama, new
going
episodes.
back to do another season.
Right.
Yeah, and it's going to be on Comedy Central. And then I think they're going to do a movie. I mean, there's lots of things going on with it, but it is going to have a TV home again.
Right.
Yeah, and the reruns are still probably on Cartoon Network.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you, so what are you selling here? And do you have any personal projects that you're?
Well, I was a musician for many years, so a couple of years ago I decided to do an album. And there's like 15 songs on here.
This is Billy West, and what's the name of this?
I got the body of a 16-year-old.
Meatpod.
In the trunk of my car.
Right. Now, interestingly enough, I did buy this CD a couple years ago.
You did?
Yeah, and you signed it, and then.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I was here 3 years ago.
One of the hurricanes came and ate it. So.
Really?
Yeah.
In Virginia?
Yeah.
Boy, I must have been really hungry.
So, all right. Well, hey, can you say a line for the station?
Yeah.
Can you say I'm Billy West or one of your characters, and you're listening to WRIR?
WRIR?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Billy West, and I'm the voice of Fry on Futurama. And man, all this exposure to radiation is making me thirsty. On WRIR.
RIR.
WRIR. Can
Right.
you add it?
Yeah. Well.
Okay, and if you don't like it, write your congressman.
All right. Well. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Futurama would be.
Oh, he always likes the crotch shot there.
My goodness. All right.
Okay. And these are some of the comics. This is the 92-page comic book,
Right.
the color comic book, which is the first chapter of the saga of Caveman Robot for only $2.50.
Awesome.
The 2-in-1 black and white, and the Mega Annual, which is 5 stories in one that came out in 2004.
Okay.
So.
Let's pitch. Why should we be buying Caveman Robot?
Why should we be buying?
Why should we buy your books, man?
Because they are totally awesome.
Awesome. All right.
There you go.
Okay. Well, we heard it there. What is there a website that we can go to? Caveman Robot or
Cavemanrobot.com.
Caveman Robot. Or, I think you gave me one of these.
I gave you one. I think that went to our
Cavemanrobot.com. Okay. Well.
Great. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna get to
21. Booth
1221 at Comic Con.
2006 Comic Con.
Excuse me. Hey, Bane, right? Or so you're at the end of the line here. What are you waiting for?
The Marvel Civil War forum.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Best of both worlds. Smart, bad.
Shark and killer whale story. Yes. Oh no, wait, at the back?
Yeah, it's new. Yeah, it's the second to last story.
I've read right at the beginning of your story.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to read everything I could.
Right.
Can I ask you a few questions for
That's great. It's every book. It's like
in Virginia? And we have a.
Becky, her friend is from.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. I just heard that.
Have anything in my teeth?
I don't see anything. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a show called Mundo Amplificado. It's coming out on. So this whole the flight book.
Yeah.
What do you think about? I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, obviously it's very successful.
How do I feel?
I mean, what is
It's fun.
Has it been surprising how successful this book has been, or?
It's a yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I'm surprised at how quickly it's caught on. But I always should I talk to the camera or to
I don't care. It's going to be on the radio, so no
that's
one's
right.
going to. Yeah.
Well, I always knew that people wanted something like this because I've been wanting it and looking for something like this in the comic book stores every time I go, and I never saw it.
Right.
So I knew there was an audience for it, and so finding that audience was not a surprise. That's what gave us all the confidence in the world to roll ahead and continue with this, even though like we were putting money in at the beginning, not seeing any money come back out, and it paid off. You know, it wasn't much of a gamble logically. Like in my head when I think about like how many people would basically we're making comics for everybody else outside of the main core audience of comics right now. They're awesome, but they'll continue to buy comics because they just love comics and they'll pretty much buy anything that's there. But they can't give those comics to a lot of their friends and family. Like a lot of just people who don't read them. My mom, my sister, my brother. They won't read comics that I'm willing to read because I'm a fan of comics. So now here's a book that was geared for people like that, for them to understand why somebody who's into comics would even love them. So it made a lot of sense as an editor that this is what people needed. As long as it has the right spirit and the right feeling, that it would be a success.
So have you found that an awful lot of people that don't read comics are getting these books? Or
that's the comment I get more often than anything else. Is that either they left comics because they didn't like them anymore for years, and then they saw
this book, and I just really got inspired, and I started drawing again.
Awesome.
So I definitely thank you for producing this. Now, is this? So now were you a full-time artist before the books, or?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
And I'm not a comic artist.
All right.
I did full-time. I was
I'm talking to Steven Silver, and you are, who are you?
I'm a character designer in the animation industry. Developed the Clerks animated style of cartoons, the Clerks and action figure cartoons, and Kim Possible. Designed all the characters for that, as well as do designs for Danny Phantom too.
And oh, Danny Phantom.
Yeah,
that's cool. Is there anything else that that you've done that we don't know about, or?
Yeah, no, not much. You know, I've been working since '97 in the animation industry, and done, you know, worked for Warner Brothers on a show called Hysteria and Detention, and worked on some other projects along the way, and some project over at Sony. I was doing some development for there, but just kind of, those are pretty much the three big ones I think that people know: Kim Possible, Clerks, and Danny Phantom.
Right. And I have just noticed the sketchbook here that you're selling here at the convention.
Right.
This is really amazing. How did you make this? Because it looks like your actual drawings are in a sketchbook, like you really drew this.
Yeah. I just kind of grabbed all my original lunchtime sketchbook and just kind of put it together. Had a printer, put it together to make it look like a replica of my lunchtime sketchbook.
The print quality is just.
Oh, thanks.
It looks so like it looks like your original drawings.
Yeah, thanks.
This is
it turned out great.
And you got the same quality paper as the original as a sketchbook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so you do sketches for people here at conventions.
Yeah, I do it when people kind of get books. I'll do any sort of sketch in the book
right.
and stuff. Yeah.
Has anyone asked you to draw anything really horrible, like pornography or anything like that?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Wow, that's really amazing. Because I hear a lot of horror stories about that kind of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much to Steven Silver. Is there anything we can? You have a website that we can look at?
My website is silvertunes.com, and that's otherwise you can go to my blog, which is stevensilver.blogspot.com, where I do a podcast as well as put up a bunch of my artwork on it.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot.
So we're talking to, how do you pronounce your name?
Aaron Renier.
Aaron Renier. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you do this book called Spiral Bound. And what is this about?
Well, it's sort of a coming of age story between as two protagonists, one that's becoming an artist and one that's becoming a writer. And at the same time, there's this mystery about the pond that's kind of freaking out the city, and the two stories kind of intertwine, and the story unfolds from there, I guess.
Is this the first thing you've ever done, or what have you done before this?
I've done mini comics.
Okay.
Just photocopy it.
Okay.
Small comics. And anthology work.
Okay. What are your major influences for this, for the kind of art style that you're doing here?
Well, I guess I grew up liking Calvin and Hobbes, and I started getting into indie comics. So people like, and at the same time, it's influenced by things like Richard Scarry or children's book illustrators that I really liked. So, in addition to a lot of the artists of today, like Craig Thompson and
Okay. So, what kind of audience were you trying to reach with this book?
Younger audience.
Younger audience.
Between 8 and 12. So I was kind of thinking.
Okay. I bought this book from you. I don't remember when.
Okay.
But I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I thought the art was incredible, and just the storytelling, and I could have swore that you were like an old pro doing this book. But anyway, this is called. Where can we buy this? If where can our listeners buy this?
I've seen it at Barnes & Noble, but you can get it at most comic book shops that I'm aware of. I mean, if they have it, most comic book shops and some stores that have it.
And so, or from Top Shelf, I guess.
From Top Shelf.
Yeah, so you can go to.
You can get it from Top Shelf.
Top Shelf's website, I guess. Yeah. Probably topshelf.com.
Top Shelf Comics with an X.
Okay, Top Shelf Comics with an X. SDCC.com. Okay.
God, it's sexy chicks.
All right. I've never heard of it. Is this how many? Have you been to the Comic-Con before, or?
Oh yeah, I've been here for the past 4 years, and we're looking at issue 1 was in 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006.
Okay, I've never. So you've had a table here for the past.
Yeah, for the past 4
years. I haven't seen it. I guess I must have been missing it, but it looks really interesting.
Thank you.
And you are, what's your name?
Bobby Rubio.
Bobby Rubio, and you do a comic book called Alcatraz High.
Right.
And what is this about?
It's about these high school kids that go to a highly secured school where the emphasis is more on the security than it is on the education. What I mean by security is there's like laser barred classrooms, video surveillance throughout the school, big giant football robots, big giant security robots, and it's done in a very animated style.
I love the artwork here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The cooler one is issue 3. This one, I had another guy color it, and I think it's vastly better than the first. But you know, the first is good as well. But of course, you want to progress and get better.
Right. So,
go for it.
So do you do this full time, or is this just like a side job for you, or?
It's a side job. I actually work at Nickelodeon as a storyboard artist.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And I was at Disney for 9 years previously.
What shows have you worked on that we might have known?
I started on Pocahontas as a cleanup artist, and then I worked my way up to animator on Treasure Planet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love Treasure Planet.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the guy who runs this radio show, he's like the biggest Treasure Planet fan on earth.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
a lot of guys think that the main guy looks too much like Jim Hawkins.
Right.
Because I animated on Jim Hawkins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So how much have you had much success with the book?
Oh yeah.
Like great sales or
Oh yeah, the sales have been great enough for me to continue every year. Of course, it's not enough for me to like live off of.
Right.
So I have my day job, which is animation, storyboarding for Nickelodeon, and then I do this on the side, so for hobby.
Right.
But hopefully one day it'll like make enough where I can retire and do stuff like that.
So do you do sketches for people at the con, or do you not do that? Or okay. Has anyone ever asked you to do anything really distasteful, like?
Oh yeah. They always ask for the. A couple of times they ask for the.
Things that you just don't want to do.
Person's wearing my shirt, and I always appreciate my fans.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, lost my train of thought. What'd you
the distasteful drawing.
Oh yeah, one guy asked me to draw my characters nude, and I'm like, no.
Right.
There's no way.
So are you Filipino?
Yes, I am.
Oh, me too.
All right.
Awesome.
I was just talking to a guy, a buddy of mine. His name's Rick Hernandez, and he was wearing a G.I. Joe T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I was all like, oh, dude, I want to make P.I. Joe. How about we do that? P.I. Joe, the real Pinoy hero.
That's awesome.
So look out for that.
Look out.
P.I. Joe, the real Pinoy hero. It's going to be out someday.
Where can we, if we wanted to like mail order this, can we do that? Can we get this on a website?
Yeah, on my website, which is alcatrazhigh.com.
Okay.
And it's also up there.
alcatrazhigh.com. Okay, that's cool. All right. I won't be using it.
The menace on the highways.
Crazy. Bob the Angry Flower.
What?
How's it going?
It's going awesome. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm Chris. I'm
Steve.
from Mundo Amplificado Richmond Radio Show.
Sorry?
I'm Mundo Amplificado Richmond Radio Show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
So, what's this all about, and why should we buy your comics?
Powerful comics about everything, basically. So I touch on every aspect of the human condition, from quantum physics to bad spelling to soy milk to the redemption of Hitler. Pretty much just laying bare every aspect of life on this planet, from the perspective of a hilariously powerful yet constantly self-defeating flower.
Right. And so, how do we get a hold of your books if we don't live anywhere near Comic-Con?
That is a bit of a trick, unfortunately. Since I moved to the United States, I've had to sort of dial down my internet sales and stuff like that until I figure out a better visa. So, frankly, the only way to get it is you can't actually really get it if you're not at the convention.
Okay. So we have to go to a convention.
I'm afraid so.
Like,
at least until I get my visa stuff better figured out and get a more robust visa, then what I need is like some lovely willing American lass to marry me, and then I can get a green card, and then I would have a lot more freedom.
Sounds like a good plan.
Until I do that, I have no freedom.
Okay, well, so there's nothing we can do, huh? Bob?
Not really. I hate to say.
Well, all right.
I'm not really taking book orders anymore over the internet.
Are you coming to the East Coast at any time soon?
Gosh, I don't know. I missed out on... Oh, take a flyer. I missed out on Mocha, which is what I would have done this year on the East Coast if I were going. So, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to hit the East Coast. I guess I've got to hit sometime. It'll probably be next year. I'll pick one of the conventions out on the East Coast and I'll go to it. So whether it's SPX or Mocha or probably be Mocha if it's going to be any.
So does the flower outfit actually help you?
Oh yeah, it works like gangbusters here at Comic-Con. People see it, they laugh. It's all about just creating a chink in people's armor, I guess, as we're like, particularly as you're walking around, there's so much, you're just walking past people who have this sort of hungry look on their face, like, please look at my comic, please buy it, and so you don't want to have that look and make people feel uncomfortable, and so if they're just walking by and they see somebody with this goofy thing on their head, if they smile, then that gives you an opening to say, hey, take a flyer. You win.
Awesome.
Take a flyer. But this is an amazing comic. I'm not even lying. I'm from Canada. I'm a professional. Comics about every aspect of the human experience, from quantum physics to soy milk.
Awesome. And you are Keith Knight.
I'm merely the guy who stands next to Bob the Angry Flower. That's all I am.
Well,
window dressing.
You're always in the same spot. You're always next to Bob the Angry Flower every year.
Yeah,
It's Bob the Angry Flower is always next to the K Chronicles.
Right.
Now, I think you were here first. I think you were here first. You were in small press.
No, it's right, because of course Matt Groening, or no, not Matt Groening. Jerkboy Groening. What the hell is his name?
This is off the record, by the way. My name's Keith Knight. I do the K Chronicles, and actually I have a new book called The Beginner's Guide to Community-Based Art. This is a 5-year project that I worked on, and basically
the third year I've had this spot. Hey.
Basically, my friend Matt interviewed all these different community-based artists from around the country, and then he sent the interviews to me, and then I transcribed them and made them into comic book stories. So it's really a great graphic novel and how-to guide to using art for social change. So it's a really nice book. Since it came out in the fall, it's been added to the curriculums of 12 different colleges, including Harvard University, Brown, Columbia, Evergreen University. So a lot of really good stuff.
So how can we? How would you describe basically what you do here? Do you do this full time and you enjoy yourself? And
it's a great time. I self-syndicate 2 of my comic strips, which is the K Chronicles and Think, and then I do work for Mad Magazine and ESPN Magazine freelance work, and sell a lot of books, sell a lot of greeting cards and calendars and stuff like that.
And you travel around the country.
Sometimes a little too much.
Right. So I mean, is this a good business? Are you making a decent living, or are you making?
Well, I live in San Francisco.
Okay.
So, whatever decent living I make from it just goes to rent. So.
Right. That's an expensive city to live in.
Yeah. But it's great. I haven't had a real job in like 7 years, so can't complain.
Okay. Well, how do we how do we get your comics?
You can go online to kchronicles.com, my website, www.kchronicles. Show that right there.
Right.
kchronicles.com, and that will take you to everything. You'll be able to see everything, even dirty pictures of me online.
That's great. I think that's what we're all looking for. Dirty pictures of Keith Knight.
Yes.
And all right. Well, thank you very much. And you know.
This guy lives in Texas every day. He drives 3 channels about whatever happens to his life.
How's it going? Hey, I don't know if you know this, but Josh Kennedy is doing well, he's trying to start up a radio show for Richmond Indie Radio.
Oh, cool.
And do you have anything you'd like to say? The show is called Mundo Amplificado. And anything you want to say to the people of Richmond?
Support indie comics, you dopes.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
You dopes?
We want
Okay.
your support.
All right.
It's on our t-shirt even.
Oh, it says that right there on the t-shirt. And we can go to what?
YoungAmericanComics.com.
YoungAmericanComics.com for right.
And see the bunny, insect, zombie, monkey, alien, robot experiment.
The big old book of Bismarck.
Yes.
Which
with Josh Kennedy.
Hey, Josh Kennedy and myself, Chris Berdoz. I'm in the book. Everyone has to buy it.
Yes.
Everyone has to go to YoungAmericanComics.com.
Go hassle Velocity Comics and tell them to order our
Right. Velocity Comics.
Yes,
That's right.
they rock.
And their new location on Broad Street.
Oh, they have a Broad Street?
Yes, they have a bigger store.
So they got out of the old Realm
Yes,
Fantasy building.
absolutely.
Be excited right now.
All right, well,
Thank you,
thanks.
Chris.
Sure.
Bye,
and-
Richmond.
All right.
In a week, I'll visit.
Oh, cool. The return of Todd Parkhill. Awesome. All right. There you go, Josh. Todd Parkhill.
Dan Camo. Hello and welcome to
Hey,
Spike
fuck
Like
face.
Sick
That's awesome.
Twisted Animation Booth.
Hey,
Are you checking out my thong, dude?
Yeah, man. You're pretty hot.
Yes. It's like the 8th date I picked up.
Yeah. Oh. I'm with the.
Can we be on the mic for this?
I'm sorry?
Can we be on the mic for this?
Yeah. That's a lot better.
We've got Richmond Radio here.
Richmond Indie Radio.
Interviewing me, of course. This is for my man meet, not for my work.
For a show called Mundo Amplificado.
Say that again?
Mundo Amplificado.
Mundo Amplificado, más grande, en radio.
Awesome. So I saw this. I saw some of the show last night.
All right.
So how long have you been doing this here at Comic-Con? Just doing this whole.
Spike and Mike's been around for about 25 years. This is our 5th Comic-Con. So that's pretty much our history. We've been holding festivals for much longer than that.
Right. It's an interesting experience watching the Spike and Mike Festival here at Comic-Con because the people, they can boo the films off of the screen.
Oh, I've seen it. I've experienced it firsthand.
And so, have there been any films that you guys have been like, really, I really want the people to see this movie, but they boo it off anyway?
Yeah, that's of course a byproduct of what we do, but then again, it's what we're all about. You're not going to see our show anywhere else. You're not going to experience that kind of atmosphere anywhere else. So that's the way of the gauntlet, if you will.
Yeah, last night Spike had decided to play the Bill Clinton film all the way through, whether it was booed or not.
Really?
Yeah. So that was one film that stuck.
Did anyone boo it through? I didn't get to that part. I had to leave early.
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. So.
And it paid off in the end.
Yeah.
People realized that it was a good film and actually played to those who would have booed it off.
Last year they booed a few films, and Spike still threw the films on tour, and they worked out really well on tour. Even though they were booed here at Comic-Con.
Right. Who are some do you have any success stories, like anyone's been in the festival that's gone on to be like really popular?
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead, South Park, Don Hertzfeldt, and now currently Dr. Tran. They're like rock stars.
Yeah, those guys are really popular. All right. Oh well.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, well, thanks for showing us. This is I'm Chris, and this is for Mundo Amplificado.
Thank you for Mundo Amplificado en radio.
All right. Thanks a lot. Oh, hey, are you guys going to come to the Virginia area at all with your tour?
Oh, pretty good. You have to check the website for tours. We do tour all over the U.S. We just got back from Brazil and France. So yeah, check spikeandmike.com for tour dates. We're touring very soon.
Spikeandmike.com.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
About 6 years.
6 years.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys have a good show.
It's sort of a steam-powered world, sort of that Miyazaki, engineering heavy world. But it's the adventures of a girl who meets a bunch of other young heroes when the old hero is killed.
Old hero.
The Iron Golem here, if I show you the very beginning here. This is the Iron Golem. He's a very imposing figure in his oversized suit.
Right.
And he is the one fighting corruption in the city, but he's actually killed by one of the young heroes who doesn't realize what's going on.
Right.
She's been protected all her life from her family's doings, which she comes to learn are the corrupt. Her family is where all the corruption lay. And, yep.
Okay.
That's Emma Gray, and she finds out her father is really one of the worst people in the city, doing the most damage. So
the problem is that her father is as loving a father as he is a vile human being. He's as villainous a guy as he is loving, and everything that he's doing is for his family. That's where the sort of drama comes from.
Right.
That's where the tension lies.
And this is $16.95. Is there like a Comic-Con special or?
There is. It's actually it's $15.
$15.
Yep.
You buy it at Comic-Con. All right. I love the art here. It's really. So what do you guys do? Are the writers or the artists or?
These two gentlemen.
Writers. This gentleman here is the artist.
It's Levitch squared because it's the two Levitch brothers.
Right. Okay. And is this the only thing? Because I've never heard of this or
no, this
Ancient
is our first
Squid?
Comic-Con.
Your first.
This is our first thing.
All right. And where are you guys from?
Just north of LA in the Santa Clarita, Valencia area.
All right. It looks pretty good.
We're pretty happy with it.
Yeah. So if you all right, so give me a sales pitch on this because this is where our listeners are in Richmond, Virginia.
All right.
All right, and give us a sales pitch and let us know how we can order your books from all the way from Richmond, Virginia.
All right. Right now they're available here. However, they will be available on the web at ancientsquid.com. It is essentially a medieval adventure book about what happens when the main hero of the town is killed by the daughter of the criminal kingpin. And her, along with other like-minded heroes, have got to kind of take up that mantle. And it's issues of loyalty versus justice. Is she loyal to her family? Is she for justice for the people? What are priorities in her life? And well, if you like air pirates, you'll probably like the book. I think that's the pitch.
I'm a big Miyazaki fan, so you're saying it's kind of like that?
It's certainly inspired by that Miyazaki-esque feel.
Right.
It's in many ways sort of a love letter to Miyazaki. So many of the themes that he explores are explored in this book.
Yeah, this is really great art we've got here.
I think it's so important as you're getting older in life, as you're on that cusp of adulthood, to find out about truth, to find out what is real in your world, and to kind of take that exploration to the next level. And that's what she ends up going through.
Okay.
Dan Camo. Hello.